In this video, I share with you how to feel more in control of your life and how to be happier overall. So I'll go through one of the key concepts in mindset work or self-coaching or thought work or whatever you want to call it, those practices that will help you become more aware of what's happening in your mind. Hi, I'm Lumia. I help business women streamline their lives so that they can find more time for what really matters. If you're interested in my services, go through the description below. Whatever model you use for coaching yourself, it will all have a distinction between, on one hand, what is happening in your mind, your thoughts, what's happening in your brain, your mindset, and on the other hand, what is the truth about the world, about the circumstances, about what is actually happening in the world, which are the facts in the world. Most people believe that our thoughts are facts. But that's not true. We can decide for ourselves what we want to think. Our thoughts are entirely optional. We are free to think whatever we want to. Thoughts are just sentences in your mind. You are not your thoughts. You are the consciousness that is watching what is happening inside your brain. So we can watch from a different perspective what is happening, what are the facts in the world, and which are the thoughts that those are triggering in our minds. Lots of our thoughts come from our upbringing or other people around us, and often when somebody tells us something, we just tend to believe it, although what that person might be saying is just a thought in that person's mind. Contrast that with the facts in the world. The facts, those are the boring things, the maths, the things without adjectives, without any nice descriptions or bad descriptions around them. What could be proven in a court of law? So to take an example, it's your weight. Let's say you weigh 60 kilo. There's no description around it. It could be, for somebody, it will be really positive to weigh 60 kilo. For somebody else, it will be a disaster, either because it's too much or it's not enough. So that is the facts. You weigh 60 kilo, I weigh 60 kilo. The temperature outside is another fact. It's 40 degrees outside today. It's a really hot day in Italy. It's something that you can measure. It's something, it's a fact. There's no right or wrong. There's no nice or not nice about it. It's just a fact. So you can have lots of different thoughts around the temperature being 40 degrees Celsius outside, because that's, for some people, it's really hot. Like for my husband, it would be a dream. He's really happy those days because he enjoys hot weather. I don't. For me, my thoughts would be, oh my gosh, we're not able to go outside with the kids because it's just too hot. We're just staying inside all the time, and it would be great to be by the seaside, but we just came back yesterday. So whilst my husband is kind of, yeah, no problem, I love it when it's 40 degrees. So that is showing that one single fact, one circumstance in the world can trigger so many different thoughts in different people's heads. When it comes to what people say, or specifically what people do, that is a fact. But as soon as you start adding on adjectives or things that are describing, giving more detail, then that becomes your interpretation or your thoughts related to that specific event. So that will become your thoughts and not a fact. An example could be, your husband comes home and he says, "What have you been doing all day?" That's a fact. And then your thinking around that fact could be either, oh, my husband thinks that I'm lazy, that I haven't been doing anything all day, or it could just be that he's curious. My husband is curious about what I've been doing today. He wants to know it. So there are like different thoughts that specific fact, husband comes home and says, "What have you been doing all day?" That specific fact in the world could trigger different thoughts in your head. Another example is your friends went for lunch together and they didn't invite you. That's a fact in the world that they actually went to lunch and you were not invited. The thoughts that you have in your head could be that you are sad that they didn't invite you. You believe that they're not your friends, they're not good friends. You did something wrong so that they didn't invite you. Those are thoughts in your head. So to distinguish between the thoughts and the facts, so it often helps to think about what is the math around this. That is the fact. So what exactly happened? What exactly, literally, word by word, did the people there say? What is the math of it? So how many kilos? How hot is it outside? What's the temperature? Without any descriptive words saying that could be interpreted as negative or positive. So really exactly what happened? What did people say? When you understand the difference between the facts and the thoughts, that's really a great step towards a happier life, because it will make you so much more in control of what's happening, because you will see what is actually the truth, the facts in the world, the circumstances that are happening, and what is your interpretation of that. And you can change your interpretation. You cannot, of course, change the facts usually in the world, but whatever is happening inside of your head, you can change that. You can decide to think in a different way. It takes practice, but you can do it. I hope you found this useful. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do that and click the bell button so that you get notified every time I release a new video on how to get more time, how to streamline your business, and how to be happier overall. I send you lots of love. Have a wonderful day.